Yeah, folks, welcome back. We're on board the Vigilance. To get started with this episode, turn in. He didn't bother changing his clothes. Don't have to be escorted anymore. Does this girl ever get a day off?
Excuse me.
Word is the fleet has you chasing ghosts on Suvorov. Well, if there's one thing spookier than a pirate.
Heard you boarded the Key. I can't imagine what state the pirates have left it in. Hey.
It's good to have you back. What can I do for you?
Evidently.
The more you find, the stronger our case.
Picked this up from the locked penitentiary on Suvorov.
It's amazing that all this romantic nonsense about Crix's legacy really just amounts to a rumor Jasper Crix picked up in jail. It just goes to show you how a tiny rumor can snowball into a full-blown fairy tale. Anything else?
That's all I have for now.
All right. Keep up the good work.
Why hold the prisoners aboard the Vigilance when you can send them directly to prison?
2 reasons. First, Commander Akande's playing this operation extremely close to the vest. That means keeping prisoners under his own roof until this is resolved. Second, this is an undercover mission. For our safety and yours, we need to keep these prisoners out of the spotlight.
Will I have access to any sysdef resources while I'm undercover?
We'll provide you with information, but any inventory or ship services, it's best you get from the fleet. It'll help you maintain your cover and also give you an idea of how the fleet's operation works.
What other background information can you give me on the fleet?
They're pirates in every sense of the word, but they've managed to get more organized under their current leadership. That makes them especially dangerous, but hopefully it makes them a little more predictable too. I'll be here if you have any more questions.
You're back. So how did it go?
We're getting reports of increased fleet activity near Volai.
That's a free.
Why are you so surprised to see me?
Frankly,
Pirates are involved.
it's because
Shouldn't we
we've
go
never
after them?
gotten this far before.
It depends.
The last agent I sent to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet ended up in a morgue on New Atlantis.
Our gunship showing up on their doorstep.
I've successfully infiltrated the Crimson Fleet. I'm confident this plan is going to work.
Then things are moving forward. Perfect.
Nice job, Rook.
I was certain we'd fool Delgado, but never. She's a sharp one. Overcoming her scrutiny is no small matter. Did you discover anything worth reporting yet?
Delgado is searching for a Galbank ship named Legacy that was carrying some type of lost fortune.
Legacy. Why does that sound familiar? Wait a moment. Are you telling me Delgado may have actually located Crix's legacy?
I suppose it's possible, sir. Intelligence picked up a bit of chatter on that subject recently. We assumed it was some sort of tall tale or a story to attract recruits to their cause.
Story or not, Delgado believes it's real.
Well, let's find out if Delgado is chasing ghosts, or he's smarter than we suspect. Let me see what we have here. Nope. There are no records of a Galbank transport named the Legacy in the database. I think Delgado's trying to manipulate you. What do you think, sir?
I think there's no record because Galbank is hiding something. Delgado's no fool. If he risked his own neck to get that information, then he must be on to something. We have to take this seriously. What's your next move?
Why do you think Galbank is hiding something?
Can you imagine the amount of embarrassment Galbank would have to endure if they listed a lost transport in the ship registry? Doesn't matter if that ship went down 5 or 500 years ago. If news gets out that a bank has misplaced money, it would tank their value.
You know that Delgado was with us at the lock.
That one's simple. We monitored your ships heading down to the surface of Suvorov. In fact, when he returned to the key and you didn't immediately follow, well, we almost thought our operation was terminated.
Well, I'm supposed to board a Starliner and steal Galbank archive credentials.
Clever, Delgado. Very clever. If I were in your place, I'd be trying to do the exact same thing. We can't let Delgado get his hands on what could potentially turn out to be the largest haul of credits the Crimson Fleet's ever seen.
Maybe I should head out to New Atlantis, sir. I could press the Galbank execs for information. Get ahead of everything.
No. Let's allow this to run its course. We have our agent here feeding us information. I think that's good enough for now. There's more to this than just finding the location of the transport. Jasper Cricks was clever. For some reason, he never got there.
How do you know Jasper Cricks never found the legacy?
Because the Crimson Fleet would be a totally different adversary, and Cricks wouldn't have disappeared years ago. Even if they hid the money with that damn human computer Shinya Voss, our forensic accounting people would have found that data. No. The Crimson Fleet are in dire shape right now. They haven't seen that much currency, well, ever.
Did not put a stop to this just by killing Delgado.
And let Neva Mora take his place. Or Shinya Voss. Or any one of a number of pirates already gunning for his position. No. The solution is to stick to the undercover operation and determine how much of this is truly a credible threat.
He's just playing, man.
It's imperative that you do. If the Crimson Fleet gets its hands on a transport full of currency, it would be disastrous for the settled systems. I need you to do whatever you can to bring us more information. And for God's sake, don't kill anyone on that Starliner. You're both dismissed.
Alright, so I took care of inventory and all that stuff off camera. Got him in a suit for this undercover operation. Board.
Time to cycle the airlock and move.
Welcome back, by the way. I'm filming this next episode all on the same night, so stealing anything here.
About time you showed up. All right, I want to know what's going on. I've been trying to get Delgado's attention for, I don't know, 3 years now. And what do I get? Nothing but radio silence. Then out of nowhere, just when Neva and I are closing in on a huge score of our own, Delgado orders me to help you out.
What, no formal tour of the ship?
Oh, sure, sure. First a tour, followed by a formal dinner at the captain's table. Let's get one thing straight. You're here for business, not for a vacation, so let's start by talking about Delgado's sudden olive branch.
See how that would be unsettling.
Well, I'll be damned. Someone from the fleet finally agrees with me about something. It's a goddamn miracle. So Neva's message said you were here for Dombrowski. Was that all she sent you here to do? Or was there something else you were sent here to steal?
Why don't you ask Neva yourself?
Don't play games with me. We both know pinging a message back and forth to the key is going to take longer than we have to do this job. We're supposed to be working together on every part of this. So, you gonna tell me what else you're here for or not?
Nope, that's the only reason why I'm here.
Okay. So why are you targeting a Gall Bank exec anyway? Not exactly your average Crimson Fleet prey. Why the interest?
What do you consider normal prey?
Merchant vessels, transport, supply convoys, mining settlements, you get the picture. But taking on a megacorp, that's a really big deal. Something the Crimson Fleet stayed away from in the past. Sounds to me like Delgado's either getting desperate, or this is leading to an even bigger score down the road.
Well, I don't trust you enough to share sensitive information yet.
Playing it safe for now. Okay. I can respect that. But let's make one thing clear. If I'm gonna stick my neck out by helping you get near Dombrowski, I want something in return.
I'm sure the fleet can slide some credit your way.
Oh no. No, no, no. Delgado isn't gonna drop a cred stick on the table and be done with it. I don't want money. I want back into the Crimson Fleet. It's as simple as that.
Well, I can put in a word with Delgado, but it's up to him to pull the trigger.
That's a disturbing way to put it. But I suppose that's the best offer I'm gonna get, so I'll take it. Dombrowski's a full-timer aboard the Siren of the Stars. Probably spends more time cruising the space lanes than actually working. Fortunately, the Siren is hosting the Terran Preservation Society charity gala. Larry won't be able to resist showing off his VIP clout. To get what you need, you're gonna have to attend the gala, talk to his fellow philanthropists, and dig up some dirt.
So you can tell me about the gala?
The event's a complete sham. Bunch of rich snobs getting together and throwing a party for themselves. These people couldn't give a damn about Terran preservation or any other charity for that matter.
What's a full-timer?
Someone with enough disposable income to afford a permanent six-figure cabin aboard one of Trident's finest space liners. Consider it similar to owning a luxury mobile vacation home. Plaything for the wealthy, you get the gist.
I didn't bring my dinner jacket.
Yeah, well, lucky for you, it's not black tie, so you'll be fine. This card will allow you to access the Starview ballroom. If you need my help, I'll be relaxing in one of the upper level lounges. Head inside and mingle with the crowd. No one likes Dombrowski, so they'll be more than happy to share his dirty secrets.
Long as there's free booze.
Now you're speaking my language. Oh, there's one last thing. Trident equips all of their starliners with the latest acoustic threat detection. Meaning that you lose patience and kill anyone aboard the ship, security will be alerted and all hell will break loose. Anyway, I suppose that's enough to get you started. Good luck.
What's the deal with this Terran Preservation Society?
They claim their goal is to celebrate the soul of the Earth, the culture, the people, and the ideals of the past. In their minds, Earth is now dead, which is why they feel that preservation of its remaining aspects is so important. In reality, this is what happens when folks with far too much time and far too much money get together to make themselves feel like they're contributing to society.
Know anything about the Earth Savior Award?
What the hell? When I asked you earlier, you said you weren't here for anything else. Not only did you lie to me, but now you're telling me that she sent you after the award alone?
I'm not here for anything but those credits.
Yeah? And I suppose it's just a coincidence you happen to be asking me about the very thing Neva and I agreed to steal together. I can't believe she's trying to cut me out of this deal. Without me, the award never would have ended up here in the first place.
What was the original plan you had with Neva?
I spent months manipulating the Terran Preservation Society into hosting their gala affair aboard the Siren of the Stars. I had to arrange the event to make sure that the award was aboard the ship. Neva said she'd do the rest. When I got a message about Dombrowski, I assumed she'd be tagging along to steal the award. But looks like she sent you in her place.
Don't worry, you're still going to get paid.
Yeah? Funny you're only bringing that up now. Fine, I'll help. But you're doing all the legwork, and I'm still taking my cut of the payout. So tell me, what's the status of your plan?
Think Neva will have any problems selling the award?
I once saw Neva strip down a UC security ship and sell the parts back to the UC through a shell company. If that doesn't put your concerns to rest, I don't know what will. Now tell me, what about the status of your plan? How can I help?
Just gotten started.
Okay, then let me point you to the person in charge of the award. Her name's Sheila Holbrook, and you can probably find her in the Starfield ballroom. I'd press her to reveal where the award's hidden, and we can go from there. And if you're thinking of pulling the trigger on poor Miss Holbrook, remember that any gunfire is gonna set off the ship's alarms. Oh, and while you're at the gala, avoid the canapes. They're frozen, not fresh.
Good plane. No, right that direction.
These newer vessels more or less run autonomously, which doesn't leave much for the crew to do around here.
Shh! Listen. Can't hear the engines, can you? You're not going to find better-tuned engines anywhere else in the settled systems.
This is one of Trident's top-of-the-line vessels. Head of a ship is...
Coming in through the kitchen.
The ship's purser can assist you with any matters regarding the security of your items. Please remember to obey all posted safety and mustering instructions.
Oh, that's cool.
An open bar would have been nice. But Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Here for
The society
business
chair
or
has
pleasure?
really outdone herself this time.
What can you tell me about the Terran Preservation Society?
It's a shame that the Earth ended in such a sorry state. But I'm glad the Society has the nerve to do something about it.
Do you have any information regarding the Earth's Savior Award?
Even if I was offered the award, I wouldn't take it. Can you imagine the security nightmare I'd have to deal with? No, thank you.
Know anything about Larry Dombrowski?
His behavior towards women is abominable. That man really ought to be ashamed of himself. Well, that was boring.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future Society events aboard a Starliner.
Quite a lovely Starliner. Nothing but the best for the Society, huh?
Have you tried the canopies? Horrid. Positively horrid.
Do you know anything about Larry Dombrowski?
Yes, he's some kind of a top dog over at Galbank. I heard he replaced someone that was caught running a fake loan scam. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
So, what brings you aboard? Hello. Larry has an A-level executive rating over at Galbank. which means he has access to everyone's accounts at the touch of a button. That's all then? Okay.
Hello. Are you a member of the Society? Quite a lovely starliner. Nothing but the best for the Society, eh? Hello. Are you a member of the Society?
You know anything about Larry Dombrowski?
Let's put it this way. He screwed over so many people. If he suddenly disappeared from the universe, I don't think anyone would miss him. Nice to have met you.
The Society chair has really outdone herself this time.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future Society events aboard a Starliner.
You know anything about Larry Dombrowski?
I heard he uses Galbank's VIP suite on the Siren of the Stars almost monthly. Does the man ever do any real work? Enjoy the rest of the event.
Private bar area. I'm looking for a way up there. There's. This is really cool. I want a luxury yacht.
Is this important? I don't have a lot of time for idle nonsense. Yes, I'm extremely busy preparing for the award ceremony, so this better be important.
When will the award ceremony occur?
Probably in a few days. I don't want the award transfer to actually occur until we're safely in orbit at our destination. Of course, if I keep getting interrupted, the ceremony might never take place at all.
I heard you were in charge of the Earth Savior Award.
Yes, I am. Actually, I've been entrusted with the transfer of the award for the last 7 of its 9 years. Why do you ask?
You must be nervous keeping something so valuable in your cabin.
In my cabin? Oh, please. Why would I do something so foolish? I'll have you know that the award is locked inside the master safe, located at the purser's office. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much more important things on my agenda than to speak to the likes of you.
I don't think I'm going to try and steal that statue since I'm not actually trying to, or that trophy since I'm not actually trying to become a pirate.
I'm sorry, but unless you're reporting a security situation, I need to get back to my duties.
Guest quarters area is awesome. You know, I'm not going to be in there. Probably somebody in there. So, God. Out there to steal that and to figure out what happens when he returns to the fleet. Well, he doesn't have it. Cool mermaid. Cool mermaid artwork.
Any complaints about your cruise should be directed to one of the staff. If you have any specific requests, please speak to one of the cruise attendants.
Well, I'm sort of confused about what to do here now.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Don't forget to keep your star view.
Society patrons about it, so I still need to talk to people around here, I guess, about it.
You won't have access to the ballroom.
Here for business or pleasure?
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it? I've already told you everything I know about him. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Ugh. Positively horrid. An open bar would have been nice, but Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got. Haven't we already talked about this? Well, that was boring.
Here for business or pleasure?
Hello. Are you a member of the Society? An open bar would have been nice. But Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got. He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Quality time, if you catch my meaning. I'm certain his wife doesn't know a thing about it.
Okay, cool.
Nice to have met you.
Speak to Claudia Twist.
So, what brings you aboard?
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future Society events aboard the Starliner.
That view
Yes,
is
Claudia
absolutely
Twist is
spectacular,
this
isn't it?
way.
Please remain in designated passenger areas at all times. Have a safe journey.
Back here. Only blue dot on the screen right now.
I've done this particular cruise run several times.
Why did they need a loading screen for that? You're too eager.
Sorry, do I know you?
No harm in a friendly little chat between two people.
Okay, wait, are you seriously... are you trying to pick me up? Look, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm already seeing someone, and my partner doesn't like competition. He gets very jealous.
Would your partner happen to be Larry Dombrowski?
Who? Look, can you just cut to the chase already? What's this about?
Maybe I should talk to Dombrowski's wife instead.
His wife? Oh, for the love of God. I told Larry to keep his big mouth shut, but did he listen? No. He had to impress his friends and treat me like a trophy. Look, I've been in this business for a long time, and I know how this game works, so let's skip all the banter and get it over with. What's it gonna take to make us both happy?
All I need is something incriminating on Dombrowski.
If I give you dirt on that son of a bitch Dombrowski, all I'm doing is endangering myself. Why would I do that?
Go for it. I'm an undercover agent for UC Sith.
Yeah, sure you are. And I'm the Princess of Jemison. You want to try any more bullshit?
I'll find that information one way or another, so you might as well benefit now.
That's true. You have come this far already.
Dombrowski deserves everything that's coming to him.
That's true. For once, I would like to see him squirm.
I have information that could seriously damage your reputation.
You know more about me than I suspected. Can't have that.
Dombrowski's dumb and he shouldn't get away with it.
Yeah, you could be right. All right, you've made your point. You know, this whole thing really pisses me off. Larry and I had the perfect scheme where thousands of credits all worked out, and then he goes and flushes the whole thing down the toilet.
You hate this guy so much. Why were you defending him a moment ago?
I didn't know who the hell you were. For all I knew, you were working for Dombrowski. It's called playing it cool. You should try it sometime.
You're angrier at Dombrowski than I expected.
Oh, angry isn't even the right word. The plan was solid. Larry got together with myself and this other guy, Gabriel Vera. He's some bigwig over at UC Security. I doctored the transactions, Larry wiped them off the system, and Vera kept the legal pressure off of us. We were scamming Galbank for months. It was going well until I discovered Larry was cheating everyone by changing each transaction in his favor before deleting them.
Think he was using you?
Oh, I know he was using me. At the same time, he was saying how much he loved me. He was stringing me along and stabbing me in the back.
You worried I'll blow the whistle the whole thing.
You won't do that. You're here because you've got some kind of side hustle in the works. If you wanted to blow the whistle, you would have boarded this ship with the authorities.
Why didn't you confront him?
I was going to confront him back on Jemison, but then he invited me on this little trip through the stars. All expenses paid, first-class accommodations, the works. I figured, why not wait until I've milked him for every credit he's spending before I drop the hammer?
Want revenge? Give me proof.
I wish I had some. Maybe you should try talking to Gabriel Vera. He should be around here somewhere. If he doesn't want to cooperate, just mention my name. That should grab his attention. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
What was your contribution to the Galbank scheme?
I wrote a computer algorithm that basically creates a randomized number of false ghost credits that mimic the crypto key of actual credits. Then the algorithm simply passes the ghost credits to whatever legit transfers that the bank transacts. The genuine credits enter a dummy account. The best part is that I also alter the crypto keys as the real cash flows into our accounts. By the time it lands in our pockets, the creds are clean. So, on paper, it appears that all of the bank's transactions are covered, when it's really just our ghosted dummy creds. Genius, right?
What exactly is going on between you and Dombrowski?
What do you think is going on? I'm using that gullible idiot to get what I want. If I have to squash him on my way to the top, then so be it. Let's get one thing straight. Larry Dombrowski's no saint. He deserves everything that's coming to him.
You're sounding just as manipulative as Dombrowski.
Where the hell do you get off judging me? You don't know that asshole like I do, okay? Dombrowski is a piece of human garbage. He'd stab you in the back for table scraps, then stab you again to steal dessert. The plan's always been to milk the guy for everything he's worth, and then leave him in the dust. Not bad for a lowly Galbank worker drone, right?
What was Dombrowski and Vera's contribution to the Galbank scheme?
What, are you writing a damn novel? Fine. Vera works for UC Security, so he kept a lookout on their comnet for any Galbank chatter. I guess you could call him our early warning system. And Dombrowski made sure that all of the crypto manipulation I was working on didn't turn up in Galbank's automatic audits. You need top clearance for that kind of access, so we had to cut him in, whether we liked it or not. I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Positively horrid.
Quite an event they're throwing today, don't you think? Hello. You here for the charity event?
You often attend honest and worthy causes?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a firm believer that attending these types of events tends to absolve one of their sins and cleanse their soul. But something tells me you're not really here to discuss the event. What did you really want to talk about?
Actually, I'm here on business.
Well, I work for UC Security, meaning that business isn't exactly my area of expertise. I'm afraid I can't really help you. If you're looking for a business opportunity, you might want to check with someone else.
What do you do for UC Security?
You mean specifically? Oh, I work for the Corporate Fraud Division. We monitor all of the major megacorp financials and transactions to ensure that nothing improper occurs. You're asking a lot of strange questions. What exactly do you want?
What exactly brings you aboard the Siren of the Stars?
To be honest, I'm here to keep an eye on the charity event. It might not be as glamorous an assignment as a colony rescue or taking down some criminals, but anything that keeps the peace is important to me. What is this all about, anyway?
Claudia Swiss says you have information about Larry Dombrowski.
Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe a touch crazy, or both. Whatever you think you know about me, you're dead wrong. So back off.
You don't sound very worried about Claudia's calling you out.
Worried? Why should I be worried? Anything you try to report will boil down to your word against mine. And since I work for UC Security, who do you think people will believe?
The society chair has really outdone herself this time.
Quite a lovely starliner. Nothing but the best for the society, yeah?
Hope I don't have to kill this guy.
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up, and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested.
He's involved in an embezzlement scheme with Dombrowski and Swiss.
Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. We need hard evidence of their scheme. But it's gonna be tricky. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows.
Light emergency might do the trick.
Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency.
Crazy. I'm not qualified to be tampering with the ship's life support.
You don't need to know anything about the system. All you need to do is access the maintenance area and throw some switches. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I'll erase that gambling debt he owes me. I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining the fleet, right? Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and won't be long before Trident figures out you had help.
Once the emergency is sounded, how does the ship's lockdown work?
All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their cabins. That way we keep the halls clear and avoid a panic. Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin doors will automatically unlock. This is normally to ensure the crew can check cabins quickly and without interference. But in our case, it's like having an all-access pass.
You have a lowdown on Gabriel Vera?
On the surface, he's an upstanding citizen of the United Colonies, pretty high up in UC security. Lots of clout with mast. Underneath, he's a greedy piece of garbage. Given the chance, he'd backstab you for a cret stick and pin the murder on someone else. Come to think of it, if he wasn't such a petty tyrant, he'd probably thrive with the Crimson Fleet.
Where exactly is the life support system located?
There's access to the crew section that you can reach through the Starfield ballroom. Chief Sundin should be there, wasting time at the station as usual. Have fun with that guy. He's a real piece of work. Once you're past Sundin, just look for the room marked Environmental Control. Everything you need is inside. Get back to it.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events aboard a Starliner.
An open bar would have been nice. Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got.
Me, just your normal unauthorized person walking by.
Hold up. This area is off limits to passengers. Wait a second. You're Captain Rokov's guest, right? Didn't expect to see you down here. Sorry to give you trouble. What can I do for you?
So what do you do around here?
I'm the Siren's chief engineer. Trident put me in charge of the entire tech team. We do our best to keep the ship running smoothly and efficiently. Of course, this beauty is a cutting-edge piece of spacecraft design. Almost everything has triple redundancy, like the life support system. Unfortunately, that means there's quite a bit of downtime. Could be worse, though, right?
Kind of lonely down here, isn't it?
Yeah, a little. A few of the techs call this deck the dungeon. I think you can see why. Not exactly Starliner-class comfort down here. Don't get me wrong. The quiet gives me time to gather my thoughts, catch up on work, and all that, but I'd rather work on the bridge.
I really need to get to the life support area.
Oh, sorry, that area's off limits. No exceptions.
I'm the captain's guest, but you can't get me into that room.
No, sorry, I'm afraid it's impossible. Trident regulations strictly prohibit anyone from entering the life support area without a valid reason. Look, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, it's just that I could lose my job, you know?
Maybe this will change your mind.
Hey, if your heart's set on it, who am I to stop you from staring at a bunch of life support machinery? Tell you what, I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away?
Wow. Excellent security there. Thank you, Captain Rock.
Honestly, he's a seasoned ship captain. He told me he was a long hauler for years, and the experience shows. Only thing is, he's always talking about trade deals and plans for get-rich-quick schemes. It's all the guy ever thinks about. Why he decided to be a Starliner captain, I'll never know. It's almost like he craves being around money. Tell you what, though, for someone that loves credit so much, he sure doesn't mind gambling them when we play cards. Feel free to look around, but don't mess with any of the controls.
That was too easy.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins at this time.
The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and proceed to your cabin.
Oop. Oh, that'd be cool if they had something on the monitor. Oh, don't stay
I was
there.
wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here.
I'm undercover with UC System Defense, and I need everything you got on Dombrowski.
You're working for Ikande's little anti-pirating outfit? So what? I have nothing to do with the Crimson Fleet. And even if I suddenly decided to stay loyal to the old UC, why would I possibly want to incriminate myself by handing over evidence?
Orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Claudia says you've been cheated out of your fair share of the Galbank job by Dombrowski.
Claudia said that. You sure? Damn it! That means my money's already gone. And Dombrowski's going to walk away with a fortune. I'd love to see the bastard fry. But if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I could end up in jail.
Before I make any deals, you mind telling me what I'm buying?
Oh, I've got everything you're gonna need. This is a one-stop shop for you. We're talking a slate loaded with dates, account numbers, ID scans, even an audio recording. It was my little insurance policy in case the shit hit the fan. There's a solid enough trail here to send Dombrowski straight to jail.
Why did you let Dombrowski handle all the numbers in the first place?
Dombrowski had the authorization to wipe out records on Galbank's system without raising any red flags. I let Claudia talk me into that. She said she had him wrapped around her finger. Apparently, she was wrong.
Here you go.
At least I walk away with something. All right, you have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it.
You know anything about UC system defects?
I wasn't lying when I said I didn't know anything about your undercover work, if that's what you're trying to imply. All I can tell you is that there's more than a few people at Mast who find Commander Akande to be a huge pain in the ass. I mean, the UC is aware that the Crimson Fleet is a problem, but it pales in comparison to the issues with the Freestar Collective. Akande's loaded with big-picture ideas, but not a ton of evidence to put them into action. And frankly, it's driving my superiors crazy.
What are you going to do about Swift and Dombrowski?
Well, since Claudia has been spending time disgustingly close to Dombrowski, I think she's suffered enough. On the other hand, I've got very, very special plans for Larry. I have some friends that can, well, let's just say, take care of the problem. That's if you leave him alive, of course. We'll just have to wait and see. You better tell Dombrowski to run, because if you don't kill him, I will.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill.
Tempting.
This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately. Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during this emergency. Thank you.
Like he's camping out.
Well, well. You must be the one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation.
The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
How'd you know I was involved?
You don't actually believe that I'd venture into such precarious criminal territory without a proper bird's-eye view of the situation, do you? I'm uncertain why you've become entangled in this spider's web, but this situation demands swift and resolute action.
Fine, let's negotiate.
Excellent, excellent. So, before we begin, let's review the facts. First, it's clear that you've obtained insider knowledge of my arrangement to defraud Galbank. The means and the method, perhaps, but not the motive. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent regarding their share and have assisted you with this endeavor, Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet, this leads me to conclude that you desire something personal from me.
That's an amazing trick, Professor.
I pride myself on having an intensely thorough education, though I'd hardly call myself a professor.
All passengers,
Though I'm sure
may
that
I
your
have
compliment
attention,
also
please?
meant you
The captain
were
has
having
declared
trouble
a ship-wide
understanding what I've been
emergency.
saying.
Please
In
report to your
blunt
cabins in an
terms,
orderly fashion
you have
and remain
compromising
there until you
materials about
receive
me in
further
your
instructions.
possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my Galbank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along?
How do I know you won't report your credentials stolen?
Well, I'm surprised you even posed that question at all. The answer is quite obvious. The last thing I'd want to do at this point is call attention to myself.
You don't mind turning your credentials over to me?
Obviously, that wouldn't be my preference, but I have little choice. Though Larry Dombrowski will be mysteriously vanishing after this cruise, and possession of the credentials becomes ludicrous at that point.
I'm surprised you figured it
Oh,
out.
it was actually a rather easy deduction to make. It's the only thing of significant value that I still have in my possession. It appears we've reached an accord. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me simplify that for you. It sounds like we have a deal. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further contact. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin two very annoying business associates. Good day.
Declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
All right, get up here. Which way?
All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins at this time.
The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and proceed to your cabin.
Well, looks like everything worked out, just like we planned.
I got what I wanted.
I'm glad one of us did. I'm just hoping you'll put in a good word for me with Delgado. Otherwise, I've risked my career for nothing. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. You feel like telling me, partner?
You haven't figured it out on your own?
I usually have a nose for these things, but in your case, it's a mystery. Very frustrating. Whatever the case may be, it's apparently worth risking your life over. That's telling me it involves a lot of money. That also means
All
I want in.
passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide
Not sure that's a good idea.
emergency. Please report to your cabins in
I
an
understand
orderly
completely.
fashion and remain there until you
Anyway, I
receive
suppose there's
further
nothing stopping me
instructions.
from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time coming. I owe you one, Overreach.
What you call me? Tova Rich?
Don't worry, it's not an insult. It's a very old Russian word for comrade. It's what I intend to call you from now on, so get used to it.
Don't worry about it.
Nonsense. If there's one universal constant you can depend on, it's that Yevgeny Rokov always makes good on his deals. Always. Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'll be aboard the Key.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill.
Yeah. I'll save it in case something bad happens. What happens?
This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately.
At the door.
Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during this emergency. Thank you. All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins at this time.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Excuse me. Would you mind telling me exactly what the hell you're doing in my cabin?
Need your claim ID for the Earth Savior Award.
Am I hearing you correctly? You should mind your manners. Imagine pushing your way into my cabin uninvited and issuing such demands.
Just hand over the claim ID so I can be on my way.
And why, in goodness name, would I possibly agree to that ridiculous demand?
What's the harm if you tell me?
Not happening.
Sure, we can work something out.
Yeah, I hope so. Oh, just take the damn thing already. Listen, maybe you can keep this between us. If the award goes missing, there's no need for the insurance company to get involved.
I thought about using my starboard power and pickpocketing her.
passengers, may I have your attention, please?
Our security team would appreciate
The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill.
Loading screens. There's no need for them. Gotta hear why the getting's good. On my way back out.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Cool with its space, dude.
Indicators are green. We're free.
Be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your visit.
Like there's, my first run through here, it just seems like there's a lot more people wandering around than there was my first run through. Ugh. Now I'm busy.
Hello. Welcome to the Galbank Archives. May I see your credentials, please?
Yo.
Just one moment while I verify. Oh, yes, Mr. Dombrowski. Welcome, sir. Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives.
Huh? There are bounty hunters here. It's a classic setup.
How the hell did you know that? Look, Ecliptic busted in here and said something about letting you walk into the archives, and then they're gonna jump you. I'm supposed to let you in and then get the heck out of here. They said if I didn't do exactly what they said, they'd kill me. Just be careful. I don't even know how many of them are hiding in there.
Here you are. That security guard's not there. Remind me, nothing happened there. Nothing to see here.
This never gets old. Lift off.
Aren't they glad I invested so much money into that? Upgrading the Frontier.
Recalculating. And orbit stabilizing. Perfect.
Well, you didn't put us into a planet, so we must be in the right place.
And we're docking. And complete. Easy peasy.
Next time you see Bog, tell him to lighten up. Guy's got a real attitude problem.
Your buddy Rokov is aboard the Key. Told me everything that happened.
Yeah, he won't shut up about you. Keeps going on and on. Now I remember why we kicked his ass out the fleet.
Rokov's not so bad. He turned out to be pretty helpful.
Yeah, that'd be a first.
All right, Neva, you've made your point. Well, since you're vouching for Rokov, I guess we can give him another chance. All right, now that is out of the way, we can move on to the matter at hand. Crix's legacy. Speaking of which, let me see that data you copied from the Galbank archives. Ah, so the Galbank transport went down over Bannock 4. Bannock. Why does that sound familiar? Neva?
Yeah, keep your panties on. I'm looking it up. And I got it. Bannock 4. Let's see. Damn it. Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant. We can't even get a ship near the thing without frying every circuit aboard.
EM-class giant?
Don't know that one, huh? Well, pick up your pencil. There's gonna be a test on this later. EM class means the planet is giving off a ridiculously high amount of electromagnetic radiation. We're talking off the charts here. Fly your ship anywhere near one of these death traps, and you'll blow every single circuit on your ship. You'd be dead in space. Get it?
Oh, we hit a dead end.
Yeah, Rook. Just like every other time we've gone on this worthless treasure hunt.
Both of you shut up and think for a second. I'm sure Creeks hit the same roadblock. All we need to do is figure out how he got around it.
This sounds like a goddamn waste of time to me.
Maybe the data's wrong?
No, this all makes sense. The data says the transport went down over Bannock 4, carrying currency during the Narian War. There were ships fighting across the entire galaxy back then. It's not that hard to believe this one got lost that far out from home.
I don't think Creeks would have given that up.
That's the spirit, Rook. That is the essence of the Crimson Fleet that has been slipping away lately. Neva, the Galbank data says the transport had a CBR-27 transponder. Can we track that kind of thing? Pinpoint its exact location?
That transponder is military grade. We're talking ultra-bit encryption, constantly reshuffling frequencies. We don't have shit like that laying around. But before you get that pissy look on your face, I heard that the UC's been working on a ship signal decryption system called a comm spike. We grab that little beauty, and we'll be able to track anything you want.
All right, here is the plan, so shut up and listen. Rook, I want you and Neva to put your heads together and get us that comm spike. I don't care if it's mounted at the top of mast. I want it. In the meantime, I'm going to find out more about this EM-class gas giant problem. And I think I know just who to ask.
Give me a little time to crunch the numbers on the comm spike with Jazz, and I'll point us in the right direction.
Oh, great. Stick me with Neva.
Yeah? Well, I got news for you. You know Dan Picnic to work with either, so deal with it, Rook.
All right, that is enough. We are in arm's reach of Crix's legacy, and I don't have time to deal with this kind of bullshit. Now, both of you, get the hell out of here and get to work.
All right, let's get this over with. Follow me. Better get a move on before Dale sees you slacking. Thanks for making me look good. I would have had to kill you otherwise.
You wanna kick back? Avoid the last Nova. Bogs in the funk. That'd kill any mood.
All right, let's get right to it. Did you get the Earth Savior Award, or am I gonna be very disappointed?
What's Jazz doing here?
First of all, this is my section of the key, so I'm gonna stand here for as long as I want. And second of all, I know all about that award and your deal with Neva. We don't keep secrets between us. Just throttle down and give her the damn thing already so we can get to work.
Why do I have a feeling you're going to make more money off this thing than I am?
Well, that's because you'd be absolutely right. You see, everyone above you in the fleet is making more than you are off the same gig. That's why we're all fighting our way to the top. Understood? Good. Now, you might want to hand over that award before I have you tossed off the key. Just a thought.
Here you go.
Well, look at that. You followed my directions, and now you're gonna end up with some credits in your pocket. Of course, it would have been more money if you hadn't blabbed about the damn thing to roll call, but that's on you. Anyway, here's your cash. Keep this up, and I might even start respecting you. All right, Fleet? We've all got work to do, so let's get to it.
All right, we'll go ahead and call it here for this episode. Be safe out there. Be good to each other. Take care of each other. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next video.